Hey guys and gals, I'll be talking about the movie The Resurrected from 1991. And this movie is one of those early 90s horror movies. And I don't know if you remember, they made a couple movies like this when it comes to like horror movies with the detective noir style to it, you know. And this is one of my favorites though. I remember watching this when I was a kid, and my uncle was actually the one that rented this video. And the movie's about this detective who's helping this helping this woman, not a girl, a woman, to find out about what her husband's working on, because she knows her husband decided to leave to take his project somewhere else because his wife was getting annoyed by it, you know. So she decided to hire the detective. He decided to take the case, and I think the guy who played the husband of this woman, I can't remember his face, but I think he was the guy who played the vampire in Fright Night. It could be him because I remember it was another guy that looked like him, and I thought he was that vampire, but it was somebody else. But I think this is the guy that played the vampire from Fright Night, Part 1, I mean. And by the way, I love Fright Night. Anyway, so when the detective worked on his case, and he slowly realizing about something's not right. The husband won't let the guy in to investigate what he has in his house, what project he's working on. And then later on, he found out about there was this dead body that had been ripped apart his flesh, you know. And he told the guy's wife about it, and then he started doing more of an investigation with the help of the guy's wife. And they visit the house where her husband's staying, but the husband looks kind of different. He wasn't talking like himself. And his wife recognized that she feels like that's not her husband. And you know, when the movie progressed, you find out that, well, I'm gonna spoil it a little bit. Spoiler. You found out that the husband was doing he was like an alchemist, he was doing necromancy work. You know, when he found out that he has this painting, this picture that looked just like him, and he found out that the guy was like a necromancer in a way, you know. That he wants to bring the dead back to life, you know. And it kind of leads up to what's going to happen about one of his experiments was successful, but at the same time, the experiment will backfire on him, you know, and the detective and his wife will have to try and put a stop to it. All in all, without spoiling way too much, and even though there's an old movie, I feel like this movie still holds up. If you're open-minded to the horror noir, I call it horror noir because it has that detective noir style to it, but with the horror elements. And there have been a few movies like this, by the way, so you might want to check it out. I think The Occult is one of them, or Occultist. You know, it's in horror movies like this, like I said before. But anyway, highly recommend this one, and it's one of those good early 90s horror movies with old school special effects. You will not be disappointed. Anyway, peace, guys, and see you later.